Christina with Bubblegum Paper. It's been a little while, but I'm back today with another birthday card video. I'm featuring products from Lawn Fawn and Mama Elephant. And today's card is for someone you guys have heard about already on the channel. It's my friend Winnie. So happy birthday, Winnie. This is slightly belated because I was very busy this week and didn't get my act together to have this posted on her actual birthday. But happy birthday, Winnie. Here is a close-up of your birthday card, and let's get started. The products I'm using today are the Mama Elephant Little Edible Stamps, the Lawn Fawn Year 4 Hippo Birdie Stamps, and the Lawn Fawn Scalloped Rectangle Stackable Dies. I'm also using some pink cardstock from Simon Says Stamp and this really pretty Indigo Hills pattern paper from PinkFresh Studios. I also have my Copic friendly paper, which is Nina Solar White 110-pound cardstock. I'm going to start with my stamping as always with my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm stamping the hippo, the balloons, the little hat, and the bird. And you can see that I'm just placing the used stamps on the other side of my acrylic block. That way I can clean them all at once. It's super fast and easy that way. I'm now going to do my Copic coloring, so I'm going to choose a bunch of colors that match that really pretty Indigo Hills paper or the PinkFresh Studio Indigo Hills pattern paper. And so I'm going to put the colors off to the side and I will set this to some music and I'll be back soon. Now that the coloring's done, I'm going to take the coordinating dies and just run these images through my die cutting machine. They're so cute. Like when the little hippo comes out and the birdie, they're just so much fun. And I have to run this through a couple times because I have 3 balloons, and I only have 1 balloon die cut, so I'm going to run those through a couple times. And then I'm using the A2 scalloped rectangle stackable die. That's a mouthful. And I'm going to cut out the pattern paper. And when I was thinking about the pattern paper, I wanted to I originally was thinking of putting the little gray half dome, these on the right side, but then it looked kind of funny and it felt off balance. So instead I moved them over and put them on the left side. So I'm going to run these through my die cutting machine, and I actually think putting them on the left side is okay because it reminds me of those serving trays, you know, like on the movies where you see this silver dome over the food and then they lift it all up at once and you see the magic that's underneath. So for each of these little serving domes, I'm going to place a little edible from the Mama Elephant Little Edible Stamps. And I'm just choosing different ones that remind me of Winnie. Now this is a really, really difficult task because Winnie eats pretty much everything. She just lives and loves food, lives for and loves food. So I went through and had to hand select the ones that I thought were most fitting for Winnie. So let me tell you the images I selected. I chose the pineapple because Winnie was the first person to go to Hawaii with me, and she introduced me to the island. And she's not from Hawaii, but she has a lot of family there, so we had a lot of fun just exploring and eating, and we've gone to Hawaii a couple times together. I also chose 2 drinks, the boba and the iced tea, because if Winnie had it her way, she would drink boba or iced tea all day long. And the next ones are, there's a sushi one. So I don't know if you can see it, but right here in the 4th slot, there's a little piece of sushi. It's so cute. And then the one right underneath that is ramen. So let me tell you about Winnie's whirlwind trips to LA and how we have to squeeze in as many meals as possible. There was this one time we went and ate 3 dinners in one night. I know that's crazy, but she has the stomach for it. I was trying to keep up. But we went to this little Taiwanese cafe, and then we went to eat dumplings, and then we ended up with sushi. And then for ramen, there's this cool ramen place here in West LA, and they have just really, really delicious ramen. And we went there, I think, straight from the airport once. And when we got there, we realized we didn't have cash, and it was a cash-only place. And so we were freaking out a little bit, and we were scrounging around. I was going to run to my car and see how many dollar bills I could find. Then I realized I still had my little emergency cash stash hidden in some pocket in my wallet. So totally worked out well. And then, of course, my last 2 images are ice cream because I love ice cream and I always take her to eat ice cream wherever we go. And the final image is a little birthday cake because this is, after all, Winnie's birthday card. Now for this embossing, I'm using the Ranger Silver Pearl embossing powder. I bet you thought I was going to say liquid platinum, but the silver pearl is super, super pretty. It's very subtle and light. And I'm also going to stamp the sentiment on the inside of the card. It says Hippo Birdie to you. And I'm stamping that with Versamark ink and using that same silver pearl embossing powder. Now this doesn't show up as well, but when you hold it to the light, it's very, very pretty and very subtle. So now I'm just going to glue the pattern paper to the front of the card, and then I'm going to eyeball the placement for each of those die cut images. I just want to make sure there's enough room between the bottom of the hippo and the top of the balloons. So I'm going to use just regular adhesive tape runner to tape down these balloons. This is the Tombow Mono adhesive tape runner. I love this one. And then I'm using foam adhesive to place the bird and the hippo on top of the card just to give it a little bit more dimension. And so I went easy on foam adhesive for this card. It's very rare for me to do that, as you guys know. And then the last thing I'm doing, well, I thought it was going to be the last thing, was taking my Wink of Stella pen and just adding some glitter to each of the images. But then when I was looking at this, I felt like it was still kind of light, so I went in with my Copic markers and I started coloring in each of those little embossed images with very subtle colors that kind of match the card overall. The jury's still out, the jury as in me. I'm still undecided on whether that was a good idea or not, but since I did all of this work already, I'm just going to stick with it. And Winnie, I hope you like it. It's very subtle. I thought I would add some color to the sushi because that would be super fun. Here are 2 close-ups of that finished card. Happy, happy birthday, Winnie. I hope you had a wonderful birthday and you're going to have the most amazing year ahead. I just know it. And thank you all so much for watching. Here are 2 more projects that I wanted to share with you. The first is the card I made for Winnie when she visited LA back in July. And the one on the right is a card I made for my niece for her birthday earlier this month. You can follow me on social media at Bubblegum Paper or visit my blog at bubblegumpaper.com. Thanks again, and catch you next time. Bye!